Warning, this channel is meant for viewers 21 plus and was created for educational and documentary purposes only. Beginner BUDZ does not condone illegal activity and certainly does not sell anything, so don't even ask. Seriously. How's it growing, everyone? So the ladies are taking exceptionally well to the LST as their leaves have all turned up to the light. Of course, keeping the plants spread out with their canopies nice and even has allowed bud sites to shoot out of everywhere. However, that's not the only thing we've been working on. As many of you know, that we've implemented a new feeding schedule, and our girls are a little hungry. So buckle up, because we're going to show you just how easy it is to make a compost tea using Nature's Living Soil's Super Soil Mix for autoflowers. Alright guys, so as always, things are looking great in the tent. The ladies are responding well to the LST, and new bud sites are emerging from every inch of these plants. Even better yet, we've seen promising growth under the Mars Hydro TSW 2000 compared to our first season under our cheap Chinese blurple lights.
Of course, we had some issues with slight calcium deficiency as we're using RO water, but we were able to catch that in a hurry and correct the issue before any real problems arose. That said, a few of you have suggested we steer clear of RO water as it presents a slew of issues for growers, and at this point, we can see why it may just heed those warnings. For now though, the show continues, and as we previously mentioned, these girls are hungry. So, last season we used bottled newts and cocoa, but this grow is entirely different. Not only are we growing in soil, but we're using Nature's Living Soil's nutrient mix for autoflowers. And let us tell you, between the light and the newts, we can't believe the difference.
Although we all wish there was a way for growers to amend soil and simply water from seed to harvest, that's just not really plausible. As plants naturally use up what's in the soil in order to grow, it inevitably requires those nutrients to be replaced in order to continue along their path. With just that in mind, it was time for a refresher, and we were going to do it while we watered by making what is called a compost tea. Fortunately for us, Nature's Living Soil has made it virtually foolproof, as they've done all the work for us when it comes to figuring out exactly how much of each substance needs to go in.
In the end, we did need a few things before we went ahead with the process. First and foremost, you're going to need a bucket. Along with that, you're going to want to make sure that the water continues to move as it mixes all the nutrient-rich goodness together. In order to achieve that, we picked up an air pump for an aquarium, as well as a 4-inch air stone that shot out quite a bit of bubbles. As our plants are currently only taking up about 2 gallons of water during their feedings, that's exactly how much pH balanced water we added to our bucket. Of course, you're always going to want to ensure your equipment works, so give that pump and stone a test run before adding in everything you need. Once that's set, there's only 3 more things you need: blackstrap molasses, brew bags, and the super soil mix.
Showing just how easy it is to make this stuff, Nature's Living Soil states that you're going to want to mix in 1 tablespoon of unsulfured blackstrap molasses per gallon of water. Being a little bit OCD, we gave the water a quick stir to ensure the molasses didn't just sit at the bottom of the bucket the entire time. After ensuring the molasses was fully dissolved into the water, then came time for the super soil mix. Just like that, we grabbed a brew bag where Nature's Living Soil directs users to add 2 to 3 heaping tablespoons of concentrate per gallon before dropping it into the water. From there, we simply tied the bag so that it stayed put and let the compost tea and air pump work its magic for the next 24 hours.
Need a smoke where the match is. I'm a king, fuck your status. Getting dough, I pay no taxes. I'm a star in all fashions of the word, bro. I'ma flip the bird, bro. Coming through in foreigns and all you hear is skirt.
One thing I do want to add here is that we went at about half of the recommended dose. Some former users of the super soil mix have stated that the mix runs a little hot. Now, You can always re-amend if you don't give enough, but you can't do anything about symptoms of newt burn once they're set in. You can stop the progression of damage by flushing, but for us, we'd rather err on the side of caution. A day later, we came back to see a dark, murky fluid, ready to be given to our thirsty ladies. Of course, we removed the brew bag, with super soil mix still inside, and the air stone before pouring the compost tea into a watering can. From there, this super simple process would come to an end as we simply watered our plants with the compost tea, giving them the fresh dose of nutrients that they were hoping for.
Let me get the money. I see you bitches acting funny. Can't take nothing from me. Nah, rapping blunts like mummies. Yeah, we freed the homie when he caught a bid. I roll around, you can't stop the kid. Truth be told, I'm hot as shit. Just say what up when you spot a kid. Real talk, I'm trying to speak the truth. I stay loyal, bro, to my roots. Since 15, I've been in the booth. That's 16, I was on the move. Used to ride in that old Chevy. Now we out here show ready. I can see the bull, you're so petty. You can have your shine, my glow heavy.
Make sure you tune in next week to see exactly how much these girls love their little snack, and also how they're doing under their new light. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to let us know your recipe for compost tea in the comments. Also, feel free to follow us along on any one of our social media accounts for additional content, and in the meantime, keep learning, keep growing. Catch you later, guys.